Alright, so I know what I'm going to say is probably going to rustle a few feathers. A lot of people in the comment section are going to definitely hate on me because I know Khamzat has a big fan base. But as someone that used to like Khamzat, enjoyed watching him fight, enjoyed the build-up, enjoyed him as just a person, I'm going to be giving you my perspective and a lot of people's perspective as to why Khamzat Chimaev is losing fans by the day. I mean, before UFC 279, this guy seemed to be the next big star. The guy was starching people, came off of that killer fight with Gilbert Burns. And a lot of people have respect for him for being able to just face so high level competition so early on to his career. But since then, I mean, there's been a lot of issues and a lot of issues that I've talked about. And I just want to reiterate them in this video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And today we're going to be talking about, like I said, Khamzat Chimaev, the quote-unquote maybe fall off of Khamzat Chimaev. Wouldn't call it a fall off just yet, but here's my perspective and why I think a lot of people are no longer fans of Khamzat. Now, I gotta say, you guys are killing this subscriber count. Like, I gotta say, ever since I've been trying to tell you guys about the goal, you guys have made it a point to subscribe, so I'm super thankful for that. Like, there was a while where we were gaining like a couple subscribers a day. Now we're gaining like almost 100 a day. Like, you guys are smashing the subscribe button, so let's keep doing that. We're trying to get to 20k by the end of the year, so hit the subscribe button, comment for the algorithm, share it with your friends, try to get everyone to subscribe with multiple accounts. And like, you guys are literally subscribing within 50 to hundreds in a day, so thank you guys for that. You guys have made the subscriber count just go up like crazy this past week. Let's keep the momentum going, but I don't want to keep boring you with, you know, begging for subscribers here. Without further ado, let's just get into this video. Alright, Khamzat Chimaev, we all know Khamzat. Undefeated, was a prospect, and I pointed this out in my other video, but he's not really a prospect anymore. It's kind of weird, but he's just a full-blown contender. But this guy was unbelievable coming up because this guy would just fight all the time, accept any fight. And not just that, would dominate all fights. It was really impressive, and I'm still very impressed with Khamzat and what he's been able to do, don't get me wrong. And I say this, like I said, I'm not trying to come off as a hater. This is just strictly my perspective as someone that was a fan of Khamzat to now someone that's not really even a fan of this guy. I'm gonna be breaking down to you guys why he kind of is losing fans and what he needs to do. Kind of did a video like this with Patty. He was very successful. I'm kind of doing it here. And similarly, I was a fan of Patty. I did like Patty coming up. I was getting used to kind of watching the YouTube channel of Patty Pimble, but then that week that he had in December, he just totally fell off. I'm gonna leave it in the corner of the video if you guys want to go check that out. But let's start with chronological order, you know? Okay, the buildup of UFC 279. I think some people might have jumped off the Khamzat train here and said, hey, why is he fighting Nate Diaz? Look, I don't blame Khamzat. That's a massive opportunity to fight a superstar like Nate Diaz. I had no hate against Khamzat. Who wouldn't take the opportunity to fight someone like Nate Diaz and possibly get a title shot? So that for me, I'm fine with. There might be some people in the comment section saying, hey, this is where they stop liking Khamzat. I don't agree with that whatsoever. Take the opportunity, no problem. That's the UFC's problem for making a huge mismatch. But I think it was the events of UFC 279 that kind of started to get some haters. Now, a lot of people are going to think I'm talking about the weight miss, which we will get into, of course, but I'm talking about the Paulo Costa incident. Now, if you guys don't remember, UFC 279 fight week, the beginning of the week, Khamzat Chimaev and Paulo Costa were in the UFC PI together. Khamzat was kind of chatting at Paulo Costa, kind of like how he does on Twitter, kind of like how he does to a lot of fighters that makes him popular. But it was just a little bit embarrassing because you could tell Khamzat could not fight Paulo Costa in that moment. Like, we're not stupid. We all know that there was never going to be a scenario where they just threw down right then and there on a fight week in the UFC PI with UFC security. That's just ridiculous. And it just kind of came out bad because there was literally a door right open. If he really wanted to go up to Paulo Costa and fight him, he could have. He could have went right up to him, but he's talking him through a fence. It was a bad look for Khamzat Chimaev, and I'm not going to lie. Was it a little bit cringe? Yes, it was a little cringe. Did that make me stop being a fan? Not at all. Everyone does cringe shit. It's cringe, whatever. Who cares? But we're going to be talking about the main thing. Friday morning, September 9th, Khamzat Chimaev goes to weigh in at 170 pounds against Nate Diaz, but we all know what happens. The guy weighs in 8 pounds over the limit like crazy.
178.5, the official weight for Khamzat Chimaev.
And as I've said before, and I point out in a lot of videos, Khamzat Chimaev has a history of weight issues. And I was even saying before the fight, and I said it with the Gilbert Burns fight, that if Khamzat ever misses weight, I wouldn't be surprised. Granted, I could have never predicted 8 pounds, but I was always like, yeah, he might miss one day because he is huge. He's 6'2", he's big, he's a middleweight, but he trains himself to 170 pounds, but the big weight miss. Now, if there's one thing that a lot of UFC fans hate is missing weight. I'll never forget being at the last ceremonial weigh-in I was at. I believe it was for UFC 281, and I remember Ryan Spann missed weight, and I just remember the crowd booing like crazy. Personally, guys, I don't really care that much if you miss weight. I get it. It's hard. Like, who am I to judge? I've never had to make weight in my life, so I'm not really gonna get mad at a fighter. It's not my place. I get it if you think it's annoying. So I don't even care that he missed weight by 8 pounds, but what I care about is his handling of the situation, which was just terrible. The guy's laughing on stage, which I get it. At first, I chalked it up and said, hey, he's probably just nervous, probably really embarrassed, just laughing it off. Okay, we all do that. Then the guy continues to make excuses excuses saying how the doctor came in saying to stop cutting weight. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but any doctor's gonna tell you not to dehydrate yourself. Like, you probably shouldn't be taking a doctor's advice. Granted, he probably does cut a lot of weight, and maybe the doctor did say it, and maybe Khamzat should have stopped. I'm not even going to debate that, but the point that I'm making is, listen, Khamzat claims that, oh, if the doctor didn't come in, he could have made weight. You're not cutting 8 pounds in the morning. He clearly was very overweight, having trouble making the weight. He should have came in skinnier, period. Like I said, I'm not even gonna judge him for that, but you gotta take responsibility. You can't just make excuses, and that's the problem, the excuse making from Khamzat. Then obviously he defeats Kevin Holland, which is my favorite fighter, so automatically I didn't fuck with him, but it doesn't matter. Then he says, oh, we will fight at any weight.
You came into this fight far overweight. What was that all about?
I don't care about that, bro. I killed that guy. Gotta go for everybody. I got one right here. Let's come now. Give it to both guys who last year. I fight the both of them.
He doesn't care about weight, but listen, if you could fight at any weight, then why are you weighing at 170 pounds? It's ridiculous. You could have made, it's not any weight. Like, you're just lying to everybody. You think we're idiots, whatever. That was really my main problem with the whole thing, but even then, I'm not gonna hold a grudge over Khamzat about that, whatever. But I'm telling you, it is now June, or about to be June at least, it's basically June, and Khamzat hasn't fought since September. After beating Kevin Holland in basically half a round, taking no damage, absorbing no strikes, what is going on? And look, I get it. There's talks of him having visa issues. There's talks of him maybe having an injury. I saw the MMA Guru did a video saying that he has an injury. I don't know if that's true or not. But regardless, if you're on the sidelines and you know you're going to be on the sidelines, you can't call out people. And I actually went through his Twitter and counted out how many call outs he has made. Granted, sometimes he calls out the same person, but he has made over 20 call outs since he's fought last. Like, and over 40 if you count all the references that he's made to fighting in general. Like, the guy is a certified capper. Like, he's just capping. OD. Khamzat, the king of caps, has not fought for any reason whatsoever. And you might say, hey, there wasn't the right fight. Why didn't they make Khamzat versus Paul Costa for UFC Sweden? Why didn't they make Colby Covington versus Khamzat Chimaev for UFC London? And I know what a lot of you guys are going to say in the comments, because everybody always says this when I criticize a fighter for not fighting that they like. Oh, Jack, it's because nobody's wanting to fight him. Paulo Costa's down to fight him. Shavkat Rakhmanov's been trying to fight him. Bilal Muhammad's been trying to fight him well over a year. There's people that will fight Khamzat Chimaev in both welterweight and middleweight. And I think I share the opinion that a lot of people have, that it's just frustrating to hear the talk, but not doing anything, not fighting, not anything. I guess the overall point that I'm trying to make is I honestly don't mind the weight missing. I don't even necessarily mind the inactivity. That's his own choice, and I think it'll definitely hurt him at the end, but that's his own decisions. I'm not gonna be mad at what he decides to do. It's just the fact that he does these things and then expects us to believe otherwise. He's giving his fans, whether he likes it or not, the impression that he just doesn't want to fight, that he's scared to fight. Like, I see people saying this. I don't think Khamzat's scared to fight anybody. He's extremely confident. You could tell from his interviews, and I would never ever say that he's scared to fight anybody at all. It's just, how are you gonna just lie, man? I'm honestly done with Khamzat Chimaev. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I just needed to get this rant out of here. I've stressed myself out tonight. I'm done. I'm just gonna go home and cry and watch some good videos. Maybe some Khamzat Chimaev highlights of that great 2020 year he had. And maybe rewatch that Gilbert Burns fight, because that was pretty much a banger. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.